Amara LaNegra's mother, Mommy Anna, is upset because Amara invited her absentee father to that absentee concert. Nessa girl, get into it. Nessa girl, did you get into this last episode of Love and Hip Hop? Now, I know it's Thursday. I was going to do the video on Tuesday, but I had to fly out. I had some other things going on. Nevertheless, I may not come when you want me, but I am always on time. And speaking of on time, we're going to talk about who got a fine. And that's Trick Daddy for that cocaine DUI arrest situation. So the episode opens up with Joy and Trina sitting on the seawall over there talking about having to stage an intervention and how they need to go help Trick and how Trick's got so much on the line right now. And rightfully so he does. He at the restaurant. They were only on the radio for 1 week at that point. Trick still ain't on the radio, and I'll bring y'all that video a little later. And that's how it opens up. Now here's the thing that got me. We move on to we move on to JoJo and Shay. They're sitting at the table making up, and that's fine as well. But I'm sitting in my bed watching this show, rolling my eyes so goddamn hard, I almost caught a migraine because I'm like, how the hell y'all fell out over a fake storyline in the first place? Pleasure and Shay never went together, and Pleasure and JoJo damn sure never really had nothing going on for real. And JoJo said it, we never even had sex. And then Shay hit her with one of my lines that I'm not finna, well, see, one of my lines is, I ain't finna fuss with no bitch about no man that don't belong to neither one of us. And lo and behold, slightly a little different, but both of y'all don't fell out about a dude, in the words of Shay. They don't give a fuck about neither one of y'all. It was pointless. Nevertheless, I was glad to see they were able to sit at the table of sisterhood, laugh about the shit, say what hurt me, what didn't hurt me, you know, what hurt me real bad, what didn't hurt me real bad, and they got it all back together. I guess Amara is good, Amara. Lord, I guess I don't call that woman on this video everything but her damn name. I guess Amara is really good at being the peacekeeper. However, I've seen clips, you know how they do the little clips of where the cast reacts to the scenes, and Shay is throwing hella shade at JoJo. So something tells me reunion time, Shay will be cussing her ass the fuck out again because they don't fail the fuck out. Here's what was funny. Amara talks to MJ about her dad before I get to what's funny. So we see Amara in there talking about she want cannons and she want to be like Beyonce. And I'm like, girl, first of all, you got money like this and not like this. Secondly, you don't need to mention your name, your performance, your stage, and with them tired ass dancers you had anything in the same sentence with Miss Beyonce. But it's all right for a girl to dream. She talking about she was gonna need 16 smoke cannons. Girl, you didn't even have 16 people at your party smoking. Nevertheless, talking about 16 smoke candles. Where you gonna put them at? Oh, I got a suggestion. In them empty ass seats. Nevertheless, I enjoyed Amara outside talking to MJ about inviting her father more than I did her trying to plan this concert. But it's all right though, because you selling out more arenas than I am. I'm sitting in my living room talking to people but on a green screen, and you out there performing. At least the people gave you the place, so I guess that's more than what I can say for my own damn self, but this ain't about me. And I'm here to critique your life. Nevertheless, her and MJ are out there talking about her wanting to invite her father. And you know what, I had already said when I saw that scene, ooh, Mommy Anna is not gonna like this, Mommy Anna is not gonna like this. And much to Mommy Anna's concern, I was like, you know, is your dad trying to now come around because you are Amara LaNegra now? And Mommy Anna talks about that later on in the video, later on in the episode, and I'm gonna talk about it later on in the video. But let's get to something that's funny. They showed Trick Daddy in his confessionals, and the producer was asking him about the cocaine and DUI arrest situation, and Trick was like, I don't want to talk about nothing negative, nothing about it, nothing, nada, no handcuffs, no sirens, nothing negative. And I'm here to tell you this, Trick, you can't do us like that. You signed up for reality TV. We want to know your life. You owe us your life. You know, y'all crazy ass fans think people in the public eye owe y'all they damn life, every detail, every morsel. But I mean, Trick, you at a minimum at least owe us an explanation for what's in the news. We ain't asking for what's going on in your bedroom. We ain't asking for your private life, shit that we ain't privy to. But you definitely owe us some sort of explanation greater than I was sleeping in the car and somebody knocked on the window. Okay, they knocked. But when they knocked, what did they see? And was you sleep with the car and pop? Or was your foot on the brake? Where was the coat? Was it in your lap? Was it in your pocket? Was it hanging off your nose? Was it in the glove box? I mean, give us a little some trick. We're trying to get a better understanding so we can help you. Okay, because we need you to be around, to be down to the Sunday's Eatery, frying the fried ribs, the collard greens, I forgot what the rap lyric was. Nevertheless, Trick, don't be trying to act like that. Then he stormed off the stage all angry. And is it me? Or do they be serving Trick a glass of angry juice when he get to his confessional? He could be talking about the birth of a brand new baby and it seemed to come off angry and hostile. Trick, I know you got lupus, but you're going to run up your own blood pressure, which probably going to flare up your lupus too if you don't learn to calm down in your confessionals and stop being so mean and ignorant. We don't like that, Trick. So the ladies meet up with Suki. I like this relationship with Suki, Hood Brat, and Kamillion, I believe her name is. I love the sisterhood that they have. I hope it lasts. I love the fact that they're sitting down trying to brainstorm, getting their careers on track, doing this concert tour. And I think it benefits them all because right now they're all basically in the same place. I mean, I have never seen a better group of people who you can honestly say they are all in the same place, trying to go to the same place. One of them at this point hasn't excelled far beyond the other, although Sukihana is looking like she's beginning to break out and elevate slightly. I love everything about them. 3 the hard way. Like they had shouts out to 3 the hard way. I love it all. But here's the thing. This is reality TV. And something in my seasoned spirit says that somebody, the devil, is going to stick his hands in there and stir that up somehow and going to break up this freaking threesome love affair. Now, it would have been even more perfect if Nikki Natural No Talent has Nikki No Talent could have been sitting at the table of sisterhood with them. But I love the fact that these three girls seem to mesh and are trying to do their own thing. Sukihana, I love this episode because it showed the vulnerability and it showed the real. And so many times, especially on the Love and Hip Hop franchise, we see people so about getting it and getting the bag and getting the fashions and getting this and not really showing the more vulnerable side about them and the love that they have for their kids. And it's funny because what I like about Suki's storyline that is so authentic is the fact that you never see the struggle of the up and coming artist and what it does on a family. And I take it from the way that Suki talks that she's probably a single mother. She never talked about a man. I could be wrong. And that makes it even more trying when having to leave your kids. And when you're an up and coming artist or artist that's just starting out, you got to take whatever gig you can get. You got to take whatever tour you can get on. You got to take whatever studio time you can afford at whatever slot. And I feel that girl. That takes away from her time with her children. And she bore those children, so she wants to be around them. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. And for the second week in a row, Valencia, I got to call you back. For the second week in a row, my favorite again is Hood Brat. Hood Brat went around her sister's house, and that whole scene I just spent crying. You know, it's funny because it felt like in the beginning that Hood Brat didn't get what her sister was saying. The sister was saying, you know, at this point, it ain't even about money. I looked around, and the sister has a very nice home that she's created for her 2 kids, and their deceased sister 2 kids. She was telling her Hood Brat, you know, girl, at this point, it ain't even about the money. Clearly, I'm holding it down as best I can. She's like, bitch, I need help. I need a day where I could just go to the beach. I need a day where I could just go get my hair and my nails done, and somebody else come bathe and iron and feed these kids, so on and so forth. And Hood Brat in the beginning, it sounded like you weren't hearing her. Like you were making excuses like, yeah, but if you just hold on a little longer, all this money gonna be coming in, all this money gonna be coming in. And while I agree with that logic, you gotta give, it's got to be a give and take. And what your sister was looking for was, I'll do better, you know, or at least well, you know, how about this Saturday I get the kids for the weekend and you go do something. That's what that girl was looking for. It is a lot. Hell, it's a lot taking care of your own kids, yet alone somebody else bad-ass kids, emotionally, financially, spiritually, and every other elite there is. But then the scene got real, and I feel like Hood Brat was holding on to this whole, you know, it's coming, hold on longer, because she didn't want to go there with her real feelings about the situation. And then that's when the tears started flowing. She made it to the bathroom and was like, you know, girl, sis was going through this. I feel so bad, so on and so forth. And that was a very delicate situation. Unfortunately, growing up here in Miami, it's a situation that we see all the time. Something just happened the other week. This lady got hit by a car crossing the street and left 6 kids behind. 6 kids. And in the black community, we ain't really big on letting our kids go to adoption. We try to take them to Big Mama house. We try to split them up with an auntie. You know, one go to their godmama house. We try. And it just, my heart goes out to them in that situation, because it's just hard feeling obligated to take on somebody else's children when you are already doing the best you can to feed the 2 that you got. It's an unfair situation, and sometimes life deals us an unfair hand, but I like the fact that those 2 seem to have each other. And their older sister, I vibe with her so much, because even in the midst of her looking like she wanted to take a moment and shed a tear, she had to snap into mommy mode and go console Hood Brat. And that was her whole point. She's like, I ain't even had an opportunity to mourn and grieve because I'm too busy being the strong one for the family. Welcome to the curse of being the strong one. I know about it all too well. So Amara sits down to talk with her mama. I'm going to tell you one thing about it. I love older black people. No matter what you're going through, they want to contribute some damn food to the situation. Amara was like, I need to step and repeat. I ain't got no dancers. I ain't got this. The mommy said, well, whatever I can do to help you. And in the grand scheme of things, mommy really can't do nothing. Mommy ain't got to know how the skill set or the education around this matter. Girl, what is that? My air conditioner came on? Oh, my air conditioner sounded raggedy. Wait a minute. I pay too much money a month for my air conditioner to be sounding like a U-Haul. Nevertheless, mommy said, you know, if you want me to help you, I can help you. I can make the food. Yes, God, honey, you better roll them empanadas, beat it and pat it and mark it with a B for baby and me. Why do I remember these nursery rhymes while I'm sitting up here dressed like Farmer Joe? That thing was funny. That thing, when she said she could cook the food. Anyway, Amara went on to say that she invited her father to the thing and her mama got upset. And then when Amara said, well, he said he was sorry, mommy dipped her head to try. She said, only sorry? Yes, God, that English got real good then. Mommy Anna said, only sorry? And I'm with mommy. Where the fuck you been, nigga? And all you got to say is, only sorry? Now you got some more explaining to do. You got a whole lot more explaining to do. Now here, there's a lesson to be taught in this, right? Amara is grown, and it really feels like, and we see this so many times between men and women where the father's been absent, that the mother tries to confer her pain upon the child. And because she's hurting and upset, she wants the child to hold that same position with her and be on her side. And a lot of these parents make their kids feel guilty and make it feel like some sort of betrayal because they want to go speak to their other parent. And that situation should never, ever, ever. Ooh, girl, I don't pull the Wendy Williams, bitch. I don't fart at all to this thing, and y'all probably done heard it. Nevertheless, that's that public sub and that chicken tortilla soup don't toe up my insides. Let me hurry up and get out. I might have shitted in this damn jumper. Maybe Amara mama need to make the food because this damn Publix ain't agreeing with me. Let me hurry up and get through this damn thing. Trick and Trina go ambush their way into damn Sunday's Eatery. Has anybody found out how Alvin went from being Trina lover and her secretary to being cashier number 1 at Sunday's Eatery? Alvin, we're going to need you to call the line and explain how you got demoted in life. You didn't get demoted in your job. You got demoted in life. You know what I'm saying? But at least you was resourceful enough to call some people that you had met along the way and went and got you a good old job down there to the Sunday's Eatery. Quiet as it's kept. I want to know how much trick them down there paying. How much is they paying, Alvin? Because you look real humble. Your demeanor change. You don't walk with the same lightning in your ass that you used to and the same oomph that you used to have in your step. You looking real, waiting on the 1st and the 15th. You got that type of confidence. Just real welfare based, real food stampy. Just real, real humble like. Real, I don't mean to bother you, but can I hold $40 for the lights? Just real humble like. That's what you're looking like over there to the Sunday's best. You didn't even have enough confidence to not let Joy and Trina them get back in the back. See, they could have considered you for security. They could have potentially found a position down at the Sunday's Eatery. They could have paid you a little more money, but you got to have confidence in yourself. And you got to understand that any situation that you is in, it is temporary. You passed up an opportunity. That was a perfect opportunity for you to shine in front of your boss and say, yes, I can be security officer number 2. And they would have started you off during the week when it was slow, and then they would have let the more experienced, they would have let the girls that they paid they'd have paid you $13 to $14 an hour, and they would have let the $18 an hour girls with the license and the gun work the weekends, but you could have did Monday through Wednesday and Thursday day shift. You could have did that, but we don't really need security in the daytime. Nevertheless, a mind is a terrible thing to waste, and so it's an opportunity. Trick and Trina go in the back and they start talking to Trick, and Trick start telling jokes and not taking the situation serious. I'm going to tell you something, and I can't believe what I'm about to say, but I see a lot of parallels in Trick and me when it comes to issues. I'll be the first person to tell you that I deal with issues that either make me uncomfortable or scare me by avoidance. So I deal with them by not dealing with them. And I think with Trick, I think a large part of the reason why he's not getting his medical care and stuff is because if I'm going to the doctor and if I'm taking these pills, it makes this real. It makes I have lupus. It makes it real. If I don't go, I don't deal with it, it's an out of sight, out of mind, and I get to live in a blissfully ignorant place of normalcy, if that makes sense. And a lot of black people do that with their health. And when Joy was talking to him, she excused Trina out and was talking to him, and he was saying, here's the one thing we got to stop perpetuating, especially in communities of color. You don't know more than the doctors, okay? Trick went on this whole diatribe about how in America they create medicines to treat stuff and not to cure people. And while there may be some factual basis to what he was saying in certain situations, being treated is better than not being treated. Currently, you're not being treated at all. So following your own logic, even if they're not treating you to cure you, and they're still treating you to keep you alive long enough so they can continue making money off the pills, it's still a win-win. You alive. Go down there and get your medicine. And it's just funny because I hate that this was said on TV, because for them conspiracy theorists out there and for those people who share the same mind frame as Trick, they're going to be like, yeah, that's what they're doing. That's why I don't go to the doctor. That's why I don't take the medicine. That's why I drink skin tea. And that's why I drink my detox tea. And all I need is my herbs. And you see what happened to Big Mama on Soul Food. All she needed was her herbs and her turpentine. And she ended up getting her legs cut off and having a heart attack while she was in a coma. And she died. When they could have treated her and kept her alive, she could have still been here. It's her big fat ass, diabetical ass, why we ain't had no Soul Food Part 2. See, y'all thought it was because Cousin Faye and the family fucked Terry's husband. But that didn't have nothing to do with it. I don't ate 100 grand candy bar, y'all, and y'all can see my ADD is starting to act up. I better hurry up and get off this thing. And I had sweet tea for lunch. Anyway, is it me? Or did y'all notice Amara La Negra performance was real empty light? You know, they did not do a wide shot to save their life. And when they filmed her face on the stage from the back of the audience, you only saw 3 little rows of umbrellas. Now, here the thing is, in Miami, we got this thing called beach bums, right? We got a lot of homeless people. It is my thought that the Love and Hip Hop people had a whole bunch of umbrellas in the van sponsored by Boost Mobile, and they went out there to them homeless people and told y'all, we'll give y'all a ham sandwich and a Coca-Cola, please, and an umbrella if y'all come stand here and help us fill up this scene. Amara, all them concerns you had about filling up that arena, they came true on that rainy day. But this is what we gonna do. In the words of Milli Vanilli, we gonna blame it on the rain. Yeah. Oh, I hit my note, bitch. Wait a minute now. Hey. Yes, I hit my note. And I ain't even been to Miss Jan in a long time, because y'all know I don't go to Kimberell no more. I ain't been to Miss Jan in a long time. Matter of fact, Siri, make a note. Schedule appointment with Miss Jan. Nevertheless, Amara came out and did her thing in her spandex and her diamonds and rhinestones, her little, kindergarten-based project outfit, and that was cute. And then at the very end, Amara sits down and she talks to her dad in the rain. Now, her daddy did one thing that I did not like. We see so many absentee fathers make excuses for why they weren't there. And the daddy said he couldn't get his papers, or he couldn't find his papers. And that was like the baseline for his excuse. Here's my thing, right? I know for me, there is nothing that would keep me from my child. And if it truly was an immigration issue, I would still conduct myself in the absence of my child as if my child was still present. Meaning I would still go to work every day and provide money, if I have to Western Union and across the 7 damn seas, to the mother of that child, because I love that child. The fact that you didn't even provide financial means in lieu of your absence suggests that Mommy Anna is absolutely correct, and you did not want to take an active role in her life. You didn't want the responsibility. You was doing whatever it is you was out there doing. And we have heard this story so many times. This is so many people's story. I hate it. And I love the fact that Amara, this early on, was able to be that vulnerable with her father and tell her exactly what he's done and how it's affected him. Now, here's the thing. Is it convenient that he got cancer and back in her life, trying to get back in her life right now, or is it coincidence? Y'all drop down in the comments and let me know. I'm with the mama. It's funny. You had, 3 years ago you wasn't calling. 4 years ago you wasn't calling. Now all of a sudden she's become a Mala Negra, and you calling, and you happen to have cancer on top of it. I don't know. To Amara's point though, there's never too late to build a relationship. That time for that, daddy's little girl, that ship has sailed. But Iyanla has taught us that y'all can build a relationship as two adults. And I hope that you do find some healing in the few, in what may be the little time that you have left with your father. At any rate, y'all, that was Love and Hip Hop Miami. This shit is getting really good. Like, Love and Hip Hop Miami Season 3, y'all definitely got it right, because them first 2 seasons was giving a whole lot of nothing. Be sure to like and subscribe. Hit that little bell button so you get the notifications when I make all my phone calls. And I'll call y'all back later. Bye.